Indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you. Thank you for joining me here on day 444. 444 days of showing up every single day for love, showing up for understanding, showing up for one another, showing up for our lessons. I'm reminded over and over again that each and every single one of us are here to learn our own lessons. And I wanted to spend some time in silence today just to show, just to live into the fact that I'm not here to teach you anything. You're the ones that have the information within you. You're the teacher. You're the guru. You're the savior, friend. I am but another node of infinity. And we're learning together. Yesterday, I came into stream again with this feeling of not understanding what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to reach out to my dad, how I'm supposed to get him to change. And I went to class, and my teacher, almost like she knew exactly what I was asking, answered me word for word, question for question, point of contention after another, just got completely melted away. The understanding that we are connected to something much larger than ourselves, to one another, in this very moment, because we've opened this bridge, we've opened this opportunity, this perspective into each other's lives. And instead of being so set on helping my dad, changing my dad, trying to show my dad, another way of seeing the world, I should let him live his lesson. Just as I had to learn how to learn my lesson, as you will have to learn your lesson. And your lesson is your lesson. I can't tell you what your lesson is. I can't tell you how you're supposed to live your life. How could I? You're literally an infinite being. Think about the amount of stuff that has happened to you, the amount of stuff that you've been through to be in this moment. You've done a lot. Holy shit. You've done so much. You've experienced so much. You've learned so much from this life. And then we think of ourselves as limited. We think of ourselves as small. We think of ourselves as just flesh, just this body, just poor little me. Take a breath and feel your heart. Thank your heart. Remember your heart. Remember why you're here, friend. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember. That's all you need to understand. And it's not complicated. And we try to make it complicated. We love it. Because it makes us feel smart. Oh, it's so complicated. And there surely are, layers of complexity beyond what we can even imagine. Absolutely. But we are those layers of complexity. We have it inside of us. It's accessible. And we can choose to live into different frequencies of existence. We already are. Think about it. Just think about what we're talking about, the things we're feeling, the things we're exploring, and you literally have access to an infinite amount of information. And it's infinite with an asterisk. Like, even if you wanted to, you cannot consume all of the information that's on the internet right now. Even if you wanted to, even if you tried to really hard, even if you watched everything on 2x speed, if you could read 2x, whatever. And yet you're choosing to be in this moment for a reason. Why? What is it making you feel? Just looking around yourself right now, understanding where you are. And I'm not talking about planet Earth. I'm not talking about, your country. I'm not talking about the room you're in. I'm talking about being here, this moment, and realizing that no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how much time passes, no matter what form you're in, all there is here now. You're it. You're it, friend. You're, you're literally it. And you're here. You're here now with all of us. We're all here now together on this planet. The capacity to share with one another, to be with one another in a way that we've never been allowed to before. Think about what this would have taken, a moment would have taken 20 years ago. Every single one of us would have had to travel thousands of miles, spend thousands of dollars, and yet through this window into into each other's lives, we get to look. Our collective dream for technology, our collective dream as humanity has been telepathy, has been to transcend space and time, because it's one of the things that we had to commit to when we came to this place. Space and time. And we're like, yeah, cool, space and time and all. But how about I create something that allows me to see space and time in a different realm? My realm right now, in this moment. And if I could, see you, I could look into your realm in this moment. And then you can say I am. Because I'm looking at the camera right now, right? And I'm imagining it to be your eyes. Yeah. Because it is. It is an eye. What? Like, just think about what is happening right now. I'm saying words, creating pressure waves in the air. It hits a little membrane, bumps a little mic. That mic turns it into ones and zeros. Those ones and zeros get transformed. I'm not even gonna try and get into the complexity of what's happening with camera technology. Gets sent over the internet in basically real time. What the hell? What the hell, human beings? Can you calm down? And this is just the start. We're not even done. And the thing is, and I've been thinking so much about this. It can be worrying sometimes. We see where we're coming, where we've come from, and we see the acceleration of where we're going, and it makes us scared we might not be the same anymore, right? What's gonna happen to us as human beings when these things start happening? But in fact, you cannot escape where you are in this moment, no matter what, no matter what you are. So the space we're in, this opportunity we have to be human beings in the way we are right now, kind of getting to the technological point we are. I believe there were technologies before civilizations had, and we're just part of now a different level of technology. Tools. We have these tools, and we can use them as any tool can be for destruction or creation. And the more we want to, the more we will create a better world. And for the first time ever, at least in my personal experience, I'm seeing people actually want to do that. Like there is this genuine drive as a collective for us to actually come together and change the world. Everything will always change, even if we don't try to change things. Yes! Such a beautiful point, Melina. And hey, Naomi, thank you, friends, for joining me. Natalie, I appreciate you, friends, still being here with me. It is absolutely crazy I know, I know. I still don't fully understand it. I don't think I ever will. I think the point is not to. I genuinely think the point is not to. That's what makes it beautiful. That no matter how in tune you are, no matter how close you get to it, you're always going to be getting to it. It's a process. It's an active moment by moment experience. It's not dun dun, you know, it's not just like a bonk. That's not what it is. It's like it goes all over the place. That's what it's about. That's literally what it's about. And you know, Alan Watts talks about this as well. And it's so beautifully said. It makes perfect sense if you just allow yourself to see it that way. Isaac, Lisa, Shell, thank you, friends. Melina, everything. Sorry. Release a tear about not meaning to understand everything. I know it's true, but it's still a bit frustrating. I know, Melina. That's the thing. You know, that's why we admit. That's why we go to the extreme and just say, I know nothing. It's that complete surrender, that complete admittance. And on that note, you know, the whole conversation we had yesterday I have I've gained at least I believe it. I hope to believe I've gained a sense of calm with what I want to do going forward. I'm surrendering. I am actually going to just surrender. And like the ego part of me, I guess, was like against that was just not an option. And I remember myself saying that yesterday. Like I'm never gonna give up. I'm giving up. At least I'm gonna give up in the context of speaking about things, but I'm not gonna give up in the context of loving. So, you know, where there's love to be shared, love will be shared. And I won't if there's anything that I even think there might be a resistance on, I just won't say it. At least that's what I want to do. That kind of level of surrender. And I'm gonna let you friends know how that works out. You know, experiment. I think there are things, possibly many things, in the abstract, especially beyond our capacity, even fathoming. Yeah, Smooks, 100%, 100%. How could we? Just thinking about the size we are on our planet, just that scale. How could we even get close to knowing everything? Never mind anything. Yes, just like in this view, just what's coming into my eyes right now. There is so much complexity. It would take me weeks just to explain every little bit, right? And that's just you know all around you. How could we not melt? Oh, Katie, thank you for joining us. Isaac says, I know Corey and I talked about doing it today around 2 to 3 p.m. for us, about 7 to 9 for Melt. That's hilarious because the funny part is, Isaac, now I'm actually awake at 3 a.m. because my classes ended around 2:30 a.m. And now it's like, whoop, switched up. It's no problem though, dude. But yes, less the short one happened today. It's on B here. Thank you, friend. Yeah, Anvi is here. Thank you for joining us, Anvi. So nice to have you here, my friends. Whew, this is a great moment for me. We have a close friend staying with us for a while, so it'll be beautiful. Thank you, friend. Isaac, I'm so happy to hear that, dude. I don't know if you've already told us. I hope you had an amazing time, or is it you're gonna have the amazing time? Like, I think it was yesterday, right? The wedding shower. Word. Love seeing you all every morning. It's nice having you here as well, Katie. Whew, goodness. Like my face feels like it's in this position of I want to smile so bright, but I also want to like drop it, and then oh goodness, I'm so happy to be here with you, friends. 444 days. Like 444 has been a number that's I've maybe seen, you know, 444 times. Who knows? In the last 444 days, and now just always like feeling like there's this point of convergence, this point of recognition, the energy that we've put into this space. It echoes, ripples into the universe. You, right now at this moment, friend, just experiencing, being present, feeling, or putting ripples out into the universe. You can't help it. You're just that powerful. Ta-da! Sorry to tell you. So maybe a bit later then. Maybe like Ninja Peach, I'd actually be able to make it. If it's like 3 a.m. my 3 a.m. my time, then I'd actually be able to make it. I mean, I'll stay up until like 4 a.m. Well, like that's. I don't think I want to go later than that though. Word, love seeing you. I've taken a small interest in chemistry lately. It's pretty neat. It is pretty neat. Like especially when you get to just looking at the basics, how chemistry works on a DNA level. It's it's like simple and yet so beautifully complex. Information storage. You have information stored in you right now. It came from your parents, came from their parents, etc. Literally all of existence inside of you. And that's not even a joke. I'm being serious about that. If you expose mice to a certain smell, give them an electric shock, they form an extreme fear of that smell because they associate it with pain. And then if those mice have children, without those babies ever having the stimulus of danger, have an immediate fear response when they smell that smell. That's just mice. I imagine you, human being, that can communicate and be creative and love and share and create. Just think about the amount of information in you. And if you're willing to accept that about yourself, if you're willing to live into that fact, willing to live into the knowledge that is within you without having to seek it outside, because it's already there. It like on a very visceral, like visceral, physical and visceral level. It's in you, literally. Oh goodness. Like I want to say something to my body, but I don't know if it's like that wise because methylation of your DNA can be a good thing in certain places. Any place there is negative methylation happening in my body, be gone, be gone, methylation, be gone. Okay, so maybe a bit later then, please. Well, if it needs to be 9 tonight, it can be. No pressure for you, Mel. Don't want to add more to your plate. You would love to have the opinion to join. But the bear, I just want to share love with you, friends. Like, this is a special day. Maybe it's, perfectly synchronous like that. Exactly. We had some yesterday after a beautifully warm 2 days. The trees are so ready for spring. On my walk this morning, I was showered with ice drops from the branches. Oh, that sounds absolutely beautiful. I'm imagining like light shining through the icicles. I don't know if that's too romantic, but that's where my mind went. I've only seen it like artificially. Like we had a sprayer running, and it sprayed those branches of the, the earth's mulberry tree, and it like made these like icicles that kind of came off of it. It was beautiful. I actually did a stream of it. Are you enjoying the 444 smoke, friend? I am. I mean, I've taken like this like two puffs basically. Let's go a little bit deeper, shall we? Moderation. Thank you. Understanding. Mm, maybe we'll have another dream about breaking nature. So I'm sharing this again. Imagine this is a dream. You know, I go to sleep and me and Christian start dreaming, and we basically dream in our own spaces for a bit. And while we're dreaming in our own spaces, like there's literally thunder, like striking, and there's like rain, like whoosh, whoosh, like outside, like it's like almost like natural white noise being created. And I basically get into the main room, and he gets into the main room, and we sit down and we start having a conversation. And as we're starting to have this conversation, things drop, no more rain. And like it is of course complete coincidence in this dream that this happens. But it was such a beautiful moment because it was almost like the white noise was then, instead of being soothing, was being interrupting of the conversation. And then without, saying it, without wishing it, it just happens that it calms down and we can hear each other better. And it's such a wonderful experience, being able to share that with someone. The infinity in someone else. Just experiencing the infinity. Man. Oh! So, I was in that whole experience. There was this conversation also had about me and him, being in the position that we're in the space that we're in, and how, it's just a dingy old apartment, no, 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 could be so much better, we deserve this, or this needs to be this way. And just again, this recognition, this understanding that the only place that we are ever is here. So in that belief, in that understanding, there is no real wrong. There is no bad experience. There is no true evil, because it's all within infinity. All of it. Every single moment is within infinity. And you are one of those nodes. This moment of infinity. Goodness. Does that unfair? Ugh. Understanding joint, I say. Okay. I don't understand anything. It just kind of trips me out. I'm just tripping out. Stop it. Oh man, it's been a great journey. We made it through most of the pandemic together just by being on Reddit. What a platform it is. I'm very grateful to Reddit. I am. I really am. Numerology can be fun. It can also make some people nuttier than squirrel shit. I mean, what is nutty, dude? Exactly. Like again, even a nutty person, experiencing their nutty reality is a node of infinity. Why are they wrong? They're just living in their own universe, and technically they are. Quite literally, they're literally experiencing things that you don't. That's just their experience. That's crazy, isn't it? Can you join us? I hope so. The trees are choosing to melt and grow at the same time, the sap returning to the branches and waking them up. Man, what a beautiful, oh, that's a beautiful combination of words. Again, the trees are choosing to melt and grow at the same time, the sap returning to the branches and waking them up. For some reason, I feel like that shoots good vibes into the rest of my limbs, all of my extremities. My branches also waking up, melting and growing at the same time, melting a fat away, growing, the strength to actually hold the poses they put me in. Oh goodness. Like the balancing ones where I have to have one of my legs lifted behind me, get so wrecked. Oh goodness. That's the those are the ones. Like when my feet are planted, I can be strong. But like you put me in balance poses, I get wrecked. And I want to now teach myself to enjoy the balance poses instead of trying to avoid them, because I already find myself being like, yeah, I'm just not gonna teach these poses. As I tell myself that, and I'm like, bro, what do you mean you're not gonna teach these poses? These are important poses to teach. Oh goodness, what is happening, Isaac? If I may ask, we're having a call, Heather. Wait, that time is it there? It is almost, man, like 16:43. How close, huh? 16:43. Let's sit here. Let's wait for the 1444 for me, and the 77% battery power on my phone right now. So let's see. Come on, synchronicity. I'm expecting it. It's a hard time. You know what? Oh, okay. So 76% battery, 43%, 43 on the timer as well. So we actually missed the synchronicity cutoff. Oh, there we go. Expectation equals suffering. Video chats tonight on Discord. Yep, that's right. Can I join? I will try to be there. Please, Shannon, we would love you there. Let's just do 9 EST to keep it consistent. Tonight is in meeting. Dude, I cannot read right now. Tonight in the melting together voice chat on Discord. Join as long as you like, camera or not. Even if you're there to listen, just allow us all to shoot the shit casually. That sounds amazing. I look forward to it. Please, anyone that needs help finding it, message me on Reddit. Thank you, Isaac, for offering my friend. Please do reach out, friends. All right, token up. Sorry if my comments get close to gibberish. Don't worry about it at all. Isaac, so much love to you, my friend. Really. Don't worry, Katie. I have the same insecurity. Well, that and worried if it might get loud here unexpectedly. I don't know either. I mean, if it gets loud, it's completely okay as well, Heather. It's not the end of the world. How are you today? You glow. I am extremely high, friend. Yes, we set some good intentions for this joint, and I took some time. I almost like gave myself some flower references in my brain. I was like, yes, flowers, flowers, yes, yes, consume flowers. Yes, we consume flowers. take marijuana flower. Crush marijuana flower. Smoke marijuana flowers. So like so much love and so much attention was put into this that I really feel absolutely melty, to be completely honest. And I know, I'm definitely uber blazed. For sure. Beautiful presence, I agree. So much love to you, Lisa. Thank you, my friend. Oh, kind. So glad you're here, friend. How are you today? If it does, you mute until your chaos happens. We've been doing it in a few weeks. Super laid back, no pressure. I show up in my pajamas, unbrushed hair, zero fucks given, 100% beautiful, just the way you are, Eden. Thank you. Same. Yeah, perfect. I don't know who he is, but he definitely lights up the street flow here. Thank you, Silver. So much love to you, friend. This makes me feel a little better. Love to you, Katie. You are so loved, my friend. You know that. You know that. You're here with us. We love you. We appreciate you being here. When is this yoga? I have to get back into that. So I'm doing a class with Ryan in the mornings from about my time 3:30. I think it is 6:30. We're in California. Don't quote me on that. It's early. And then I'm doing some yoga classes from 5:30 until 2:30 in the morning. But those are, like teacher training classes that I'm doing. I was talking with a client about so little ago for humanity, about how so little ago for humanity we were literally throwing virgins into volcanoes trying to get it to rain. We think that it's so wild looking back. Imagine if another 10,000 years will be. Yeah. Dude, like, not even 10,000 years, just think 10 years. Just in 10 years, dude, we're gonna be like, oh goodness. oh, oh, man, like, there is gonna be some cool stuff happening. All we have to do is believe that. Be excited. Be hopeful. Because it's okay. It's gonna be okay. If you live into fear, if you expect the worst, then you're going to get it. If you expect like this outcome, idealized outcome, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be so ruined if this outcome doesn't happen. Then it doesn't happen. Because you're gonna be okay, nonetheless. You're still gonna be in this moment. Sometimes we learn lessons the hard way. Live into love. Because love is actually true. It's the one thing that I feel is actually undisputable. Right? That's the one thing we can agree on. If you can ask yourself that in an exchange, is love true in this exchange? Am I trying to give love, or am I trying to take something, gain something? Be it like some pride or confidence as well in your own abilities. Birds are beautifully singing again today. It's all right. Beside post-COVID symptoms, neuralgia is splinting my face these days. Awful pain. I don't know what that is, Silver. Please do elaborate if you would be willing to. I love these number combos. Thank you so much. Like, and we missed it like this. Usually we get that one actually. We get the 44, 77%. That's just how the battery drops with the stream time. Not today. Not today. Because that would have been too funny. Just to be like a little bit off tilt. I think this joint is kicking my ass. Chris Pontier slash Heath Ledger with enlightenment of sober Stevo, though not sober. Harborg, that's a beautifully hilarious description. Thank you for that, my friend. It is 30 minutes before Meltstream. That is right. Thanks. Thank you, friend. Oh, dang. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. Is it something that goes away? I hope so as well. It does go away and comes back. I thought it was tooth pain, and now half of the face is in pain. It's like an electric shock. The only thing I can think of is just to breathe. Like when I hear about stuff like that, I just want to be here with you and breathe. Every breath is a birth. Every out breath is a death. And so we live through every single moment. I'm trying to imagine what breathing is like in the spirit realm. Maybe there is no breathing in the spirit realm. Do you remember yourself breathing when you dream? uh-huh. Why are you doing this? Why, brain? Please. It's like, yeah, but what about this? Hmm? Okay, thank you. How do you rate things? Uh, I absolutely meant to do yoga today. I was so upset I missed it, but after the shower with plenty of champagne and then a night of lot of weed, my body was putting this morning. Don't worry about it, dude. Get melty, stay melty sometimes. And then when you feel you need to, rigidity is good as well. You've been working hard, Isaac. You've been pushing yourself, giving yourself some time to rest and well, relax a little bit is definitely worth it. Yeah, no jokes. Stopped to grab a package and pull-ups for Nightmare for Jackson, and cashier gave me a coupon, so the total was 444. I didn't know whether to laugh or to turn and walk away. It's just synchronicity. And the cool thing, if you want to believe that, that is like a sign of an active, you know, third eye chakra. When your third eye is active, you start seeing things. You start just like it's almost like these things are always there. And then when you feel like a call to actually look at them, you see them. And that's what synchronicity is. It's just you living in a way where you are going to be seeing these things, believing in yourself in that way, kind of like trusting yourself. That is the only thing we can do. No joke. Stop and grab. Also, just in time, change in North America. It's happening after COVID, or maybe it's still there. I don't know. It really sucks. COVID can cause nerve damage or similar symptoms. That's true, Silver. You're right. Do you practice meditation? I do. I went to a silent 10-day Vipassana retreat, and it was one of the most impactful experiences of my life. I actually want to do that. We have a place in South Africa that actually allows that, but it's a little bit inaccessible right now. I would still do the streams, but I would do them in perfect silence as well. That would definitely be something that I'm willing to do within this journey as well. I think it would be amazing. Thank you for the recommendation as well. It was something I wanted to do before I went to China, but it just didn't happen that way. And it's actually free, like you can pay by donation, which is also a beautifully amazing. It's not something I would take complete advantage of, but I would donate in different ways. Let me just say it that way, okay? Mm. I would have asked for a copy of the receipt of 666, my friend, and I grabbed takeout for a picnic, and the change was $6.66. We got a copy, and there's nothing wrong with the number 666 either. You know, all of the stigma attached to that number basically came from the way that they wrote names in the Roman numerals, I believe, where Emperor Nero was basically 666, and that was the number of the dude that was the beast. He was killing actual Christians for being Christians, which is a pretty scary thing. And if you're writing about a monster, you know, like actual Satan, and you want to connect a number combination to that, and that is the number combination that it literally gives, it makes sense that that connection was made. And it's something that, like, if you really think about the way that these people were thinking and the way that people they were like being prosecuted, think about how much fear and angst they were experiencing. And then if you think about it, the way that people create is directly related to their current emotional response. If you're living in a state of fear and angst, of course you're going to be writing that the world is going to end, because that's your reality. You literally are faced with death for your beliefs. So your world is going to literally end. So that's your story. That's the story you're going to write. It's bonkers. I like one of the coolest things that I would do with a traveling machine is just to go and watch, you know, these people who wrote it, because there is thousands of authors in the Bible. Just to like watch these dudes, man, it would be an experience. I think they would absolutely be amazing people. Every single one of them would be amazing human beings. It would be so cool to get to know them. I guess I wouldn't be able to do that, but maybe if I was just watching, you could get to know a person, right? Even more so, technically. Am I being weird? It's like, yeah, Mel's gonna use a time travel machine to spy on ancients. Maybe I would spy on the dinosaurs. Just watch. You know, I would like to believe that they communicated as well, or at least, you know, were social enough to be playful and, you know, live in communities. They did live in communities, and there's even like evidence that younger parts of the species, or how I say this, like always like teenagers of a species would take care of babies, which means that parenting was outsourced. Or like when the moms were busy, they would have others take care of the babies. And isn't that absolutely beautiful as well? And that amount of sophistication, what does that mean about a creature? They could communicate to something that it's supposed to take care of your babies, or maybe it's an instinctual thing. You know, you can choose to believe one or another, but I think it's beautiful nonetheless. Freaking dinosaurs, dude. Man, so much freaking love Dharma.org. If you want to check it out, there are courses. It's donation based, so completely free. If you have the means to donate, they feed you and give you a place to sleep, dude. Like, it's so crazy that that is actually the same deal. Yeah, like I know about a place like that. I don't know if there's like Dharma.org here in South Africa as well, but they basically have the same thing. Meltmore appeal appears on a cloud 9, dude. Yeah, that's insane. This stream is definitely one of those. You know, it's like, oh goodness, you want to see why Melt's crazy? You see, Melt has lost his marbles, and it's like you just 444 type in this. 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, carbon. 666 is the mark of the man. Wow! Woo! Well, that's so cool. That is so cool. Thank you, Melina. I never heard about that. Man, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. The bigger question is that if we do not need to breathe in the spirit world, do you still have involuntary reflexes without a body? Woo! Maybe. Yes, see. Body to cause them. I think no. You know, and if you think about the experiences of, you know, like extreme breath work, let's say, where you literally can like create an oxygen differential in your brain where you don't have to breathe, and you're also like pumping DMT through your pineal gland because it's the highest volume blood flow area per square inch in your whole brain. So if you increase your breathing and your lungs can create DMT, literally, you're like pushing DMT through that part of your brain, and then you stop breathing. You don't need to for a while. You can go like for 3 minutes, easy peasy, and then you're just here. Zoom. It was amazing. Breathing is so powerful. So, like, I feel in the spirit world, you don't really need to breathe because you're just sustained. You're like in an energetic space where there isn't a need for you to almost like exchange because your unity is so you're so up close to it. It's just like constant, like the loud part of it, the sustain versus the void. Jeez, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm sending out so much love. Thank you for the love, Isaac. Hey, Kira Burb, love to you, friend. How are you feeling with your yoga trainings, Mel? I'd like an update. It's going well. It's going absolutely amazingly. It really is. And it's basically time for me to go as well now. It's going so well. The yoga training has been opening in more ways than one. With like my understanding of anatomy, especially about my own body, the way it's supposed to move, the way it can move, how I'm supposed to be holding myself so I don't hurt myself. Like I'm gaining more respect in a lot of ways, and I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to this journey, Brother Bay. I think it's something that can genuinely help people as well, and that's what we have to do, right? Help people, help people, help people, help people, help people, and the more we help people, the more people get help. Exponential ripples, friend. You are one of the ripples. You are making ripples. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for making ripples. I love you, friends. I love you, Javan. I love you, Sensei. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining me. Like, I do want to share something with you, but it's like top secret, okay? So, yesterday during the meditation, some of you friends know what my my logo looks like, right? The two M's. But instead of making the two M's, as individuals, which is what I did initially, you make the two M's a part of themselves. All right, that. And now, if you take your thumbs and you put it against the spot where your third eye would be, you know, and you just look in front of yourself, your arms, as they overlap, make that symbol. So I'm looking at my phone right now, but it's a bit away from me, and I can see a cross in the middle of it with that symbol in front of me. And yesterday I noticed that for the first time, and it just feels like not just that, but that has been what I've been looking at as well today. And I, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's everywhere. I guess that's just what we do when we start to look for things. Right. It's there again, isn't it? Ah, pattern recognition. Look for what's infinite. It's everywhere. You are the other side of what's infinite, friend. Thank you for recognizing your own truth, your own power. Know that these lessons are within you. You are the teacher. You are the one learning the lessons for yourself. It's your life. It's your lessons to learn. I appreciate you. I wouldn't take your lesson away from you. Thank you for learning with me. I appreciate you. Love you, friends. Ah, I feel like I'm tripping out a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm like a little bit over intimidated, a little flustered. I love you so much, Melita. So much to say, so much. I don't know if Candice is still here. Sorry if I missed your comments. Is Christian here? Oh, he wasn't here. So much love to you, friends. See you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.